Most consumers don't pay attention when they're watching ads, and that's why so many brands fail when it comes to remembering who the brand is, or worse, mistaken for your competitor. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about distinctive brand assets, what they are, how they work, and how you can use them in your next brief. The simplest way to describe distinctive brand assets, or DBAs, is anything which triggers the brand in the mind of the consumer. They help shortcut attribution and are a critical weapon in a planner's toolkit. The term comes from Byron Sharp's How Brands Grow, but you might also hear them referred to as brand codes or even fluent devices. They come in many shapes and sizes, and today we're going to use this framework from How Brands Grow Part 2 to show some famous examples. First up is taglines and phrases. This one's easy. It's language which is owned by the brand, usually as their brand platform and sign-off of every ad. Examples include the ultimate driving machine from BMW, finger licking good from KFC, or one of my favorite classics, we try harder from Avis. Next is celebrities and characters. They can be real people like George Clooney's ongoing role as the face of Nespresso, or they can be fictional characters like the Geico Gecko or KFC's Colonel Sanders. Music, sound and jingles is incredibly powerful, especially when everyone is second screening. They can be sounds inherently connected to the brand like Netflix opening sting, or connected to the tagline like McDonald's I'm loving it. Jingles have become a little less fashionable but can be very effective, like this one from Australia's insurers Amy, Lucky You're with Amy. Colours are an easy way to make an ad look like yours. A brand like Cadbury famously has trademarked on their shade of purple. But even if you don't have a trademark, they can help you stand out from the competition. For example, in Australia, we famously have a yellow bank, a blue bank, and a red bank. This can also include distinct styles of art direction, like a Red Bull commercial, or shapes the brand owns, like Louis Vuitton. Next up is fonts and typeface. Maybe the most iconic is Coca-Cola's, which would be instantly recognizable when used on any text. They don't always have to come from the logo. You could still recognize an ad from Oatly even if it didn't have the product shot. Then we have pack shapes. Again, we refer to the masters of DBA, Coca-Cola, whose bottle silhouette is iconic. They famously claimed it would still be recognized in the dark, or even worse, if broken. One of my favorite examples of pack shapes is actually a toilet cleaner in Australia called Duck, a unique bottle that inspired the name and brand character. Logos you'll be familiar with, like the swoosh from Nike or the golden arches from McDonald's. And lastly is advertising styles. This is a repeatable ad template brands use again and again. For example, every should have gone to Specsavers ad is basically the same. Likewise, the Snickers, you're not you when you're hungry. So the next time you're working on a brief, explore which DBAs the brand might have already built and how you can use them to shortcut recognition and attribution. Or consider if a distinctive brand asset might need to be created, retired, or restored from the brand's past. Byron Sharp says most of your sales this year comes from the work done in the previous 20. So when you're working on a brief and reviewing concepts, so consider what DBAs you're making famous now that will work for you for the next 2 decades. Thanks to Strategy Finishing School member Zach Martin for helping with this video.